Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. I am so excited that you took some time to spend with us this evening. I'm really especially excited about this event because this event is about life, truly, and it's about life at different stages, especially for women, which I find kind of humorous because I said a lot of welcomes to a lot of guys in the beginning. So, guys, you're going to get a female perspective tonight, and you know what? That can be really valuable to have. I think we would probably all agree as we go through life in the different stages of life that we have unique challenges in each phase and also rewards. So tonight you're going to get to hear from four of us who are at different stages in life, from millennial and newlywed to busy mom to the empty nester here and even grandma. I love that. And so to formally introduce myself to you, my name is Andrea Bond and I'm a wellness educator with the Juice Plus Company. And I will be joined by three dear friends who also have partnered on this journey along with me with the Juice Plus Company. And for the sake of time tonight, I just want to preface and say, if you are not familiar with Juice Plus, I would first encourage you to get with the person who invited you to take a look at this recording or to this event, because there is so much good stuff to know. You're going to want to have a conversation. But just to give you the bullet points, Juice Plus is just concentrated food. Oh, hold on. And I knew, sorry. I'm looking. Should have made somebody co-host to mute. Okay, so hopefully everybody is muted. But anyway, let's get back to Juice Plus. Short and sweet bullet points. Whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and berries in capsules or chewables. Food label. So really, really important, not a supplement, not a synthetic vitamin, but actually concentrated food. Also tested and proven to be pure and clean. Researched like crazy. I cannot say enough about the research on Juice Plus. So again, if you're not familiar, you've got to take a look at that. There's a program where children can eat it for free. And really the whole intention of it is to bridge the gap in our diets between what we do eat and what we should be eating. I'm going to just throw it out there. I think that is not a gap. I think it's the Grand Canyon. There is no one who can eat enough fruits and vegetables. I don't care where you are. I try so hard to eat healthy every day, but we all can benefit from better nutrition and more fruits and vegetables in our diet. And in fact, the mission of the company is to inspire healthy living around the world. So very worthwhile cause. And ironically, before this mission and partnering with the Juice Plus Company, none of us that are sharing with you tonight, we didn't know each other. We joined at different times, different stages in life for different reasons, and definitely experienced different rewards from being a part of this company. But one thing I think is universal in life, and that is health. It matters at every single stage of life, no matter where you are, young, old. If you do not have health, life looks completely different. So tonight we're going to share our journeys with you. We're going to share some of our thoughts about the stage of life that we're in. And I would just want to encourage you as you listen in tonight, think about where you're at. Think about things that matter to you most and consider what if. What if? Are there things that you would like to be able to say yes to more? Maybe for me, it's travel. I'll just throw it out there right now. Maybe it's having more time with your family. Maybe it's creating more memories. Maybe it's supporting a cause that's really important to your heart. We're going to share with you how partnering with this company has not only changed our health pictures, but also what our life looks like in terms of options, opportunities, passion, and purpose. So dream a little while you're listening tonight. Take notes, maybe write down a few things that come to mind that you'd love to be able to do. And feel free to talk to us afterwards, whoever invited you. You really will be surprised, I think, what can be accomplished when you open your mind to the possibilities. So we're going to jump right in, and I am going to introduce you to my friend Victoria Schlumbrecht Van Duzy. So she is the newlywed of the group. Victoria, in fact, I don't want to speak for her. She's been married about 6 months, not even that.
Yeah? Exactly, like 6 months and a week.
Okay, there we go. And you and your husband, Patrick, live in Baton Rouge, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I just want to turn it over to you for a few minutes. As a millennial, as a newlywed, talk to us a little bit about health and about partnering with the Juice Plus company and what that's looked like for you.
Absolutely. I would love to share. So, I mean, for my generation, I'm 24. So I'm going to kind of talk on behalf of that age group. So for my generation, we tend to focus on looking good. That's really where our worries are. For me, I was an LSU cheerleader, then a national level bodybuilder, not to mention living in an era of social media explosion where everyone is a fitness and a fashion model with a six pack. So it took me to the age of 21 in this rat race of appearance to realize that I was chasing the wrong things. I honestly was rude, short-tempered, selfish, honestly arrogant. But hey, my tummy was tight and my glutes were perky. So I was looking great on the outside, but on the inside, I was a disaster. Like I mentioned, I wasn't the best person. My energy and emotions were truly just all over the place. And I was actually diagnosed at the age of 19 with ulcerative colitis. And I had to get blood work biweekly because of my vicious dieting and exercising routines. Long story short, I was extremely fit, but so severely unhealthy. And it's really interesting looking back now, but you can be the most fit person on earth and still pass out of a heart attack the next day. And as a millennial, you soon start to realize that there are things more important that our health can provide rather than just having a good fitness routine. So what I know is you invest in your health now or you will pay for it later. And at too young of an age, I began to realize that I had some work to do on the inside. Juice Plus to me was a no-brainer. I mean, fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Hello. I mean, who does that not make sense to? And I know that we actually need 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And this truly just gives me the assurance that I'm giving my body what I need for a healthy and strong future. So since I started taking the capsules, along with making some lifestyle changes based on science, I can probably say that I am a emotionally and mentally stable, secure, and confident woman. And with saying goodbye to my digestive issues and blood work, I never realized how many of us are really very unaware what healthy really feels like. And I can say that healthy feels really great. So moving on to talk about the business, this actually fires me up even more. So what also feels good is growth. And in our generation, we're really taught to go to school, get a job, and work for someone else for the rest of our lives. Whereas for some people, that's great. But for me, I knew I wanted more. Some of us itch for more. And I knew that my calling was bigger than a cubicle. So what if there was more in life? What if you didn't have to follow the corporate path, but instead build your own life based on what's important to you? What if you could wake up with a community of support and a reason to jump out of bed ecstatic? What if there was something that would actually challenge you to grow? Because my golly, this business has thrown me into some growth, a lot of unwanted growth too, I must mention. So I said yes to this business opportunity at the age of 21. And now 3 years later, I look at where I am as a 24-year-old, and it truly brings me to tears because I owe it all to God for looking out for me and opening up this door. But at the age of 24, I couldn't ask for more. That was my little rhyme of the day. But Juice Plus truly became my career fresh out of college. And I see this being my career path for the rest of my life. And what's cool is I own every minute of my time. I don't have to clock in to build someone else's dream. I get to choose. If I want to sleep in, I get to choose. If I want to go exercise, when I want to go exercise, I get to choose to work from the pool or by my bed. I can do that as long as there's Wi-Fi. I get to say yes to travel, however much me and my husband want. I get to say yes and not wake up with a job, but wake up with a voice to give people a choice. And I talk about this product in business like people's lives depend on it, because truly mine did. I can't even imagine what my life were to look like if it weren't for this product and for this business. So speaking for my generation, you guys millennials, if I could give you any advice, I want to share in a few years, sorry, wrong words. And just a few steps, I am just a few steps away from being the youngest in the United States to hold the top position in this company. But after I sit there for about a month or so, I want one of you guys to take that from me. Why? Because our generation needs more women, more people to stand up for their worth and know their worth and work for something that's hard, but worth it. Work for something bigger than yourself, to change people's health, to give them more options, to give them more choices, to say yes more often. The Juice Plus company has been my vehicle to do so. And I hope that one day you can say the same.
Oh, I love that. And I wish I had your wisdom and insight at your age. I truly do. I know everything happens in life for a reason, but that's fabulous. Wow. Just the path that is ahead of you is just so full of options and just blessings in the future. Thank you, Victoria, for sharing. Debbie, I get to introduce y'all to my dear friend, Debbie Swanston. She's that busy mom, y'all. If you don't know that stage of life, oh my gosh, I won't pretend that I want to go back there. It has its blessings in many, many ways. But Debbie has 3 children. She's part-time homeschooling, if I'm correct, Debbie. And her family lives in Austin, Texas. So Debbie, why don't you just share your thoughts, just health for your family, where you're at in life, and a little bit about your thoughts on partnering with the Juice Plus company.
Sure. Well, thanks for inviting me to be on. Yes, this can be referred to as the busy years. I think every phase of life is busy in its own way. But as a mom, if you are a mom, you can probably relate. Health is important in many ways. And, from pregnancy and beyond, each phase that you go through as a mom, we want to feed our kids well, and we want to feed ourselves well. But it's a challenge to do both, whether it's time, cost, or even picky eaters, which is what I dealt with. It's challenging. And I know I also was very challenged when my kids were super young to feed myself well. So we said yes to this product because we knew that our whole family had a nutritional gap in our diet. When we got started as a family, our kids were 5, 3.5, and 8 months old. I had no time to even think about what I was going to prepare for myself, for them. And I also had 2 very picky eaters. So I knew that our family needed nutritional support. And I also knew that as a mom, I was not going to give them anything that was not safe and that wasn't going to do any good in our bodies. And I'm so thankful because our pediatrician was the one that recommended it. And over the past 10 years, our family has experienced so many amazing things from adding Juice Plus to our diet. And I could list so many things, but I think my favorite, and it's been more of a recent realization for me, is that we are all so much more aware of our health. Even my 8-year-old daughter, she knows so much more about the power of nutrition and just lifestyle that I knew, certainly at that age, even, more than I knew as a young adult. We are always trying to be more preventative, have a preventative mindset to stay as healthy as possible. So not only do we eat our Juice Plus every day, but we also focus on movement and sleep and hydration and the food choices that we're making. We aren't perfect. We still enjoy pizza and ice cream and all the things. But all 5 of us, my husband, my 3 kids, myself, we have all experienced our own health transformation as a result of adding this super, super simple health solution to our diets, which is, it's just priceless. You can't put a price on that, because I know I have peace of mind every single day that we are becoming more and more equipped to make those good choices. And I am only going to be here for so long feeding my children, right? And saying, here's what's for dinner, here's what's for lunch. They are going to have to make these decisions on their own. And I feel so confident that at least they have the knowledge, and that over the last 10 years, they have been on this journey with me, and we are all much better for it. And I'm so thankful. I could identify a lot with what Victoria said about loving saying yes to this business, maybe even a little bit more than the product. Because, as a mom of 3 kids, I truly feel like because I said yes, I have the best of both worlds. I get to say yes to choosing to part homeschool our children. And honestly, the homeschool sort of chose me initially, but now I absolutely love it. It is a gift that I have. I have time with my children, and they have time together as siblings. And so getting to choose that is such a gift. And the fact that I don't have to leave my house to go to work, and I have to put them in a full-time school, I get to be a part of them all day, with school, without school. And in between, math and reading and history, I get to connect with other people, mostly mamas, just like me, who are looking for passion and purpose in their life. And this opportunity has given me a life-giving mission to show up for every single day. My kids see me work hard. They see me set goals. They see me persevere through challenges. And that is something that is making a difference. I am making a difference in the lives of others. And my kids get to see me do that because we are all at home together. And I also get to say yes to friendships. So just like Andrea said, I didn't know these amazing women 7.5 years ago. But now I have the most incredible people in my life, relationships that we get to pray together about life stuff. And we get to do this together, and we get to spur each other on, and we get to face challenges together, and we get to grow personally every single day. And I just cannot say enough about the friendships and the people that have come into my life, both the customers from getting to share Juice Plus, and the community, the business community, getting to share this opportunity with others as well. And if I could offer any advice to this generation coming up, perhaps, it would be simply to fight hard for your passion and really make it what you do. Make it your career, make it your living, whatever word you want to use. I just feel like life is precious. Time is precious. And I believe that our families, and especially our kids, deserve to see us experience joy and have purpose in the things that we love. I feel like that's how we can provide vision for the next generation. And I know without a doubt, and I see it already with my kids, that they are pursuing things that bring them joy. And to know that I played a part in that is a huge gift. And there are so many other yeses that we get to say yes to. But those, I think, are the things for us that have made such a difference by saying yes to this amazing company.
Oh, Debbie, thank you so much. And it's funny as I listen to you and Victoria, how I can reflect back on life, remembering where you were at. So I'm the empty nester, y'all. And I first want to give you a little bit of my background because I think it's relevant in understanding the choices I've made and why certain things and being able to say yes to them are so important to me. So like Victoria, I've been pretty athletic, not that much so, but I'm a long distance runner. I'm an avid exerciser. And so I could relate to what she had to say because I used used exercise, I should say, for many years just to compensate for what horrible dietary choices I was making. I'm also a mom of 3, like Debbie. Mine are all grown though and out of the house now. And I have a family history of Parkinson's disease, and that is probably one of the biggest driving factors in the importance and understanding the message of health for me. So we were introduced to Juice Plus about 14 years ago. I had watched my grandmother at that point in time struggle with Parkinson's and ultimately pass from complications of it. And my mother was actually diagnosed at 40. So she is now 72. So I've seen her for 30 plus years with it. And, so I had that driving force. It was kind of like, I don't want to go down that path. Is there something proactive I can do? So when I did see Juice Plus, I will say it immediately made sense to me, which is kind of ironic because also coming from that exercise world, I'm sure Victoria would attest to this too. You see so many supplements and such that you get very jaded or skeptical. But that research I mentioned to you at the beginning, if you please at least check that out, if nothing else, it is so incredibly powerful. So it just made sense to me to make that investment in our family's health, to do something proactive to hopefully change that family cycle. Of course, there's no guarantees, but I just thought, I want that peace of mind that I'm making positive choices. And then, of course, bringing those down into my family. But I have to say, well, and I will say, what it has done for our family, so many incredible things, but very much like Debbie said, the peace of mind I've gotten, one, knowing that I've raised children who are now on their own, getting it, understanding the importance of health. They're making positive health choices. I have daughters that are 27 and 25 that exercise is a regular part of their life. Hydration is important to them. They meal prep because they understand, and that's probably the biggest gift in terms of health that I feel this community and this company, Juice Plus, has given us, is education. We've learned so much that literally carries us through life. But I have to say, health now, health at my age, as that empty nester, never before, and I can't say that any one stage of life is obviously health is more important than the other, but never before have I understood the importance of it, because I'm in that place now where I'm free. The kids are gone, right? They're out of the house. They're still local, so we still get to have lots of quality family time. But I have that luxury of being able to travel, of going to do things. And now I realize, and I see it quite honestly in a lot of my friends that are my age, that if you don't have your health, everything you kind of were waiting to do as you progress through life, get past those busy years, have more time for yourself, you're not able to do them if you don't have your health. So I think health is so vital, and it's why I absolutely love sharing it. I mean, I love that my husband and I can decide on a Saturday morning, let's go for a 10-mile hike. One, we can because the house is empty, right? No kids around to worry about getting to any events or anything like that. But two, because we have the health to do that. And so I partnered with the company for no other reason than to get my product at the best cost, because I wanted everybody I loved on it. I wanted my mom with her Parkinson's to benefit from it. But I'll tell you why this mission is so important to me. It's because it gave me an identity. And I will say, I feel like, and I don't want to speak, of course, for every busy mom or in that phase of life like Debbie, but I feel like I lost myself at that point in life, very much in terms of, I was soccer mom, I was dance mom, whatever that was, my kids were in at that point in time. But who was I? And so along the way, as I'm just feeling better and we're living a healthier life and making positive health choices, and I'm having fun inspiring people to do the same, I found this passion that I didn't know existed. And here's the funny thing to me. I remember that when my kids were little, and maybe you're there, this is a scary transition in life. I think I don't know, again, they're probably all scary in and of themselves, but I mean, the idea that your kids are leaving, you spend so many of your years raising your family, and then if you do it right, well, they're supposed to go off, live their own life, right? Flourish. And yet, what if you didn't impart that information in them that was what was needed to help them live a healthy life? So, I mean, I found by sharing with people, I got this identity. I got excitement into my life. I could still do everything I wanted to as a mom, but I was an example to my children in a different way. Very similar to something Debbie said a few minutes ago. I remember a Mother's Day a couple years back, one of my daughters gave me her mother, the typical Mother's Day card, but wrote the most beautiful note in it and said, Mom, I've watched you over the years thrive in growing your own business while you were with us. And you've taught me that I can dream, that I can do what I want, to never give up on goals you set for yourself. And I love that my kids get that message. But I have to say, I want to share just, I mentioned my mom and her health. I had lunch with a dear friend today who's been a part of our Juice Plus community for many, many years. She's 80 years old. And she is absolutely beautiful inside and out, but thriving in life. And that is what I realize now. Like, that's what I want. I want to get to that place in life, and I still want to be thriving. And I look at my mom in comparison, who's 72, as I said, and I don't want to get emotional, but she doesn't have that choice, y'all. She doesn't. She's struggles to walk now a little bit. She's doing the best she can, but she was dealt a different hand in life. And I feel if we have the power to take our health into our hands, to take control of it and make better choices, we should. And so this community has given us so many things to look forward to in life. It's let my husband and I say yes to so many dream trips. Our travel bucket list is a mile long, but you know what? Because I work in such a flexible environment, we can do that. We can go to the beach for a week or two. And we're picking up next week and going to the beach and spending time. And I don't have to think about, can I get the time off, or will the finances allow that? It's just something that's woven into my world that's giving me opportunity that I didn't really truly appreciate until I get to this place now. Because, so many times we think as a when kind of mentality, like when I get to retirement, when the kids are out of the house. And we dream forward though into the future. But what if when doesn't look, we don't have guarantees in life. I look at it now that now, instead of when, it's now for me. Now I can do these things because I've made positive choices for my health. And now we can do these things because I chose to partner with a company with an incredible mission that's making a difference in a big way. So I absolutely love what I do, like Debbie. It's probably even better than the product in my opinion, but I don't want to go on any longer because I want you to hear from one of my dear friends and my mentor. That is something that I think shines through in our community is mentorship. Her name is Mickey Daigle. She is the grandma. She's a mom of 2, and Mickey, correct me, 3 grandchildren, right?
Right.
Yes. Yes. And living in Baton Rouge. What was that?
3 teenagers like that.
Oh my gosh. They're not teenagers already, are they?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want you to just kind of wrap us up with your perspective at your stage of life with health, being a part of this company. I know you've got 30 plus years with our company, so you are the matriarch here.
Well, thank you, Andrea. And I'll tell you, this is so fun to be able to sit back and listen to the 3 young ladies sharing their stories and their journey with this company, because it makes me pretty proud, because I know that I've been a little bit of an influence in all 3 of their lives, maybe just somewhere along the way. So, y'all have been motivating and inspiring, and my heart is just about to pop out my chest because I'm so proud of all of you. So I'll give you a little bit of a background on what my journey looked like. It started, I want to say, all of this big picture that you're hearing about tonight started with my journey in 1989. And there were 2 major changes that happened in my life. And one was the fact that after going through a divorce and being a single parent for 5 years, I ended up remarrying. And that was 31 years ago. And then the other change was within a month's period of time, I also was able to convince my husband to join me in partnering up with the Juice Plus company. So that was 2 major changes, getting married and then finding a whole new career and a new company to be involved with. It was just so major, but it was a very fortunate thing to happen in my life. So, but because of those two changes that happened in my life, I've been able to say yes to the things that are just so important to me and my family. And it's just been wonderful. I just really don't even know where to start. I can't, because it's been too many years. You would be on here for hours and hours of time. So I guess that's what I get for being the grandparent in the group. But, right now I'm in what I call my prime time, but with all the things that are going on in America and in the world today, I find out that I am known as one of those senior citizens. And I never really looked at myself as being a senior citizen, because I'm able to do so much. And everything that Andrea just described is exactly the way I feel. It's like I go do things. I'm not going to sit back and just let people wait on me. I've been fortunate enough that when we partnered with the Juice Plus company, we were able to be on this product, this wonderful product, and it's given us such a wonderful education on health. You see, my family, I come from a family of heart disease, and a lot of it I'm realizing now, it's really because they just didn't know. They just did not know how to take care of themselves. And so, I lost my parents at early ages to me. Both of them were before 65 years of age. So I don't want to be in that predicament. And so I know that I need to take care of myself. So because of all these changes, listening about the Juice Plus company, fruits and vegetables just made sense to me. It was an easy way to get it into my system and keep me healthy. And little did I know way back then that it would be able to keep me going all these years, because that's what I feel it's been able to do. So as I speak to you tonight, it's been 31 years that I'm with the company, but not only has it been 31 years that I'm with the company, I've also been able to attain the highest position attainable with the company. So that's very, very exciting. And I'm very proud of that part of my journey, because along the way, I've been able to help so many people. I just know that I've touched the lives of many, and that's what means the most to me. Now the second thing is the fact, really one of the first things is the fact that I am the mother of two. I have a 41-year-old son, so y'all do the numbers, y'all just keep on going. I have a 41-year-old son who is married to his wife, Nicole, and they were the ones that blessed me with the 3 grandchildren who, yes, Andrea, they are all teenagers now. My youngest is a 13-year-old, and our daughter, Angela, who is 26. And, the greatest gift in my life was the day that I became a grandmother. I know a lot of people are going, they don't even want to be called grandmother. They don't want to be called any of the nicknames, Now I do have a fancier nickname. I'm not Mama, I'm Nana, and I'm very, very proud to be a Nana. But that was only because there were so many others that were grandmothers, the grandmothers at the same time. So I chose the name of Nana. But, being able to do that was just so much fun, to be knowing that I was going to be a grandmother. But being able to be part of my grandchildren's lives was what was so important to me. I was able to be there when the first one was born. I was there when the second one was born. I was there when the third one was born. I never had to look back. I was always there for them. And I'm still there today. And so is my husband, Kerry. And that's because the lifestyle that we chose 31 years ago with this company has allowed us to do that. But what I'd like to do right now is share my daughter Angela's story with you, because I think when I share this story with you, it's going to give the whole meaning of being able to say yes to more things that are important to you a whole different meaning. And our daughter Angela, who, as I said, is 26 today, what happened is when Kerry and I had found ourselves, like Andrea is right now, being an empty nester. Our son grew up, finished with school, and he was leaving home. So we were going to be those empty nesters, one of those empty nesters. And then, within that same week, God he plays funny little tricks on you sometimes, just when you think you might be an empty nester. We got a phone call. We got this phone call and it was a great call that day, from someone telling us about a 6-year-old beautiful little girl who needed a home. Well, when we heard about this girl, we did not even think twice. We said, bring her over, bring her on over. And needless to say, to make a long story short, this little girl came into our home and came into our hearts and was with us forever. And I like to say she's pretty much had like a Cinderella story. Her dream was to be able to live in Los Angeles and be in the fashion industry. And guess what? She is living in Los Angeles, and she is in the fashion industry because that's what she chose to do. And we were able to help her to get that, make that dream come true. That's what happened. We were able to make the dream come true. So it's been so awesome. And that was in the year 2000. So, I can keep on going. It would be amazing to share. I could write a book of all the amazing things that we have been able to say yes to because of this company, the Juice Plus company, and what it has what it's been in our lives. It's been the major part of my husband and I's married life, because we were married in August of 1989, and we partnered with the Juice Plus company in September of 1989. So yes, September, get it? 31 years this month. So we are very, very excited. So also, I guess what I want to share with you would be, as far as a tip, Andrea had kind of asked us in closing if we would give some tips, so my big tip to you is, don't take any of the days that you have. When you wake up in the morning, don't take that day for granted. Go after any dream that you may have. Don't let anybody take that dream away from you. My dream was to be the best wife, mom, and grandmother I could possibly be. And I'm still living that dream because I'm able to pay forward what I've been able to learn through my journey with the Juice Plus company and help other moms and grandmommies reach their dreams and fulfill their lives too. Because, women can have it all. And guys, I love you too, but we're really talking about women tonight. So we can have it all. You can be the best mom, the best grandmother. But you could have a career with our company, because I've been able to do so. I'm living proof, and I love what I do. I love our Juice Plus family. You mean the world to me. So if my point to you right now is, live your life to the fullest. And Andrea, I'll turn it back to you.
That's what we all want to do, right? If every one of us would pause and think, why do we do what we do? Why do we set the alarm and get up and go through each day? It's to make memories and to live the best quality life possible. And I hope that you've heard tonight from each of us that we're able to do that, and we're able to have options, and more importantly, that you are too. I hope we just inspired you that life is meant to be lived to the fullest. And so health is timeless. Dreams are meant to be explored and achieved, and anything is possible if you believe. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Victoria and Debbie and Mickey, for sharing your hearts. Again, one of the most priceless gifts for me in this mission is the friendships that I've made, and you ladies are absolutely the best. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight or for viewing the recording. If you have any questions, please get back with the person who invited you. We wish you blessings of good health and a life of prosperity. Good night.